I'm going to invite you to find a position that is comfortable for your body to meditate in. And throughout the next 15 minutes, if your body needs to move, find a new position, stretch, breathe, bubble up, constrict, I'll invite you to allow yourself to follow that process in your body. You might find sitting or laying down to be a comfortable way to meditate, or maybe you prefer to stand or even walk around. The only rule to meditation is to listen within. Listen within to what your body needs. Listen within for what comes up. Listen within. Throughout the next 15 minutes, if you find yourself getting lost or distracted by thought, feeling, or sensation, I'll invite you to simply find the sound of my voice, find your way back, and pick up there. Reminding yourself that meditation is not a one-time experience, but a process we come back to over and over again. This meditation will include guided imagery. If you struggle to follow along with that, I invite you to simply relax, picking up the pieces you can. And if you cannot follow along, noticing what comes up for you there too. We'll start together by taking 3 deep breaths in and out. In and out. On this third exhale, if they're not already, I'll invite you to close your eyes or soften your gaze to a spot on the ground in front of you. In and out. I'll ask you to unfurrow your brow, unclench your jaw, drop your shoulders, and release your belly. Unfurrow your brow, unclench your jaw, drop your shoulders, release your belly. I'll invite you to feel the ground below you, whether it's with your feet, your legs, your butt, your back, your head. Just feel yourself being held by the earth. Allowing your breath to find its natural cadence, giving it as much time as it needs to do so. Once you're comfortable, I'm going to invite you to imagine yourself in a wooded area. There are tall trees surrounding you, almost as if they're holding you in place. You can see the sun shining through the leaves ahead, creating beams in the forest area around you. You can feel the brush under your feet, maybe even gently tickling your ankles. You turn around, hearing the leaves crunch beneath each step, and you see there's a path worn ahead of you. And you feel called to follow it. With each step, you can hear the forest floor crunch, crunch, crunch. You can feel the leaves gently brushing by your arms and legs. The clearing is just comfortably big enough to allow you to walk on the path alone. With each step, you feel the sun poking through, gently kissing your forehead. Paired with a breeze tickling your arms. Leaving you in the moderate, perfect temperature of warm but not hot, cool but not cold. And continue walking, taking in the fresh air with each breath, feeling the crispness in the air that's not polluted by anything or anyone. Until finally, just up ahead, you can see a clearing in the tree line. Just at the end of the path. You see the sun washing through, lighting up this clearing, just calling you toward it. You draw nearer and nearer until you can see just beyond it lush green grass. Coming closer and closer until you can make out it is a field outstretched before your body. It almost looks too pristine to walk on. And so you take your shoes off, leaving them there, trusting they'll be there when you come back. And step 1 foot into the lush green grass, feeling it hug your feet, feeling blades poke up between your toes. And as you take a few steps out, you see there's a small hill ahead with a tree on top of it. You start walking toward it, slowly, gently, feeling the warmth of the sun wash over your body with each step. Until you meet some of the shade that this tree provides. You step onto its root system, and you can tell it's been here for a long time. Its roots and canopy stretched out far from its trunk, telling you it's weathered many storms. And as you meet its trunk, you gently lay a hand on it, taking in a deep breath and a long exhale. You turn around and sit at its base, and as you lean your back against the trunk, it almost feels as if this tree was formed perfectly for your body, holding you ever so gently in place, providing shade while allowing for some sun, providing support without pushing, In this seat, you can simply be. After a little bit of time sitting here, breathing in the crisp air, feeling the warm sun, you look up to find a figure approaching the same clearing that you walked out of. They're just far enough that you can't make out their figure just yet, but you notice a warmth of comfort and familiarity when you see them standing there, letting your body know you know them. You know them. They too take their shoes off, gently placing them beside yours and stepping out into the grass, just like you. As they come toward you, slowly you can make out more and more of their features. Until finally you recognize them as the exact person you needed to see and hear from today. As if they felt the call deep within your soul and knew to show up here and now for you. As they meet the shade of the tree's canopy, you two share a gentle, knowing nod, barely needing to exchange words. Basking in the silence of being near someone you're comfortable with. They quietly take a seat next to you, just off to the side, leaning their back against the trunk as well. You two share the silence for a brief moment. And you make contact in a way that feels right for you. Maybe they put a hand on your knee, or perhaps you lean over, gently laying your head on their shoulder. Or maybe one of you cracks a familiar inside joke you share. After sharing this point of reconnection, you both take in some deep breaths together until finally they turn toward you and speak, delivering the exact message you needed to hear right now. You don't respond right away. You simply take in the message with a couple of deep breaths, letting the words wash over your being. You two might share a glance or another point of contact or physical touch. Knowing that's all you needed in the time here together now. As you both know, you can find yourselves meeting back at this tree trunk whenever you need. And so they stand, turn toward you with a gentle smile. Maybe even they squeeze your hand until finally they start walking back toward the clearing, finding their way to their shoes, turning around to look at you once more and give a loving wave. Until they disappear back into the tree line. Leaving you with the comfort of having shared space with them and the words they left you with. Holding on to the words, knowing you might forget what they exactly were, and trusting your body will hold on to the feeling. The feeling of hearing the right message at the right time from the right person in the right way. We'll take in another few deep breaths in and out. In and out. In and out. Gently blinking your eyes open, looking around the space around you, and carrying this feeling and this message with you into the remainder of your day. Unfurrow your brow, unclench your jaw, drop your shoulders, release your belly.